Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video here. We're talking about the Commission Expo, which is taking place in Orlando, Florida, this April 19th through the 21st. And right now, as you can see here on screen with me, we have the legend, the video master, Mr. Todd Gross. What's up, Todd?
Hey, Omar. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, man. I always enjoy talking to you, Todd. I've known you so long. We've been in this business. I mean, you even before me, I believe. But what really excites me is that you're coming to speak at the Commission Expo, and this is about making more money, making commissions, and you are probably the top of all time commission maker, right? The top affiliate on JVZoo, which is the affiliate platform that pretty much everybody uses. So I'm super excited to have you as a speaker, and man, I just let's start by asking you, out of all the stuff you've done online-wise, what would you say is your biggest, your biggest achievement?
Well, that's funny because there's actually two answers to that.
Okay.
Right. So in terms of monetary achievement or groundbreaking achievement, I'm going to tell you that first. And then what I really consider my main achievement, I'll tell you second. The one that is flashiest happened in 2014 and is actually going to be part of the subject of what I talk about at the event.
Okay.
That is, I used all the tricks that I had been learning as an affiliate marketer. I was a scrappy, up-and-coming, smaller guy, and I tried everything I could to use my video prowess to try to get up there with the larger guys, like yourself or Mike Filsame and some of the others. So I would always try different things. And one of the things that I tried was, and I'll tell you much more about this at the event, was I really successfully, like you do, inserted myself in the sales process. So in other words, I put myself between a product and the buyers of the product. And I put myself in there and made my reviews and my take on the product and my preliminary sale of the product, the preview of the product, the big deal. And this is something that you do as well, Omar. And this product in particular happened to be Easy Sketch Pro. And the funny thing is, and I'll show this graphically during the presentation, is I stumbled on such a good promotion that I actually made 2,980 sales in a 4-hour period as an affiliate, Omar, as an affiliate. Okay. Now that day, as you'll see in my JVZoo stats, I made $70,000 as an affiliate and $120,000 in sales of that one product. But what was so important about that particular achievement was it marked a big change in promoting people's products on JVZoo. All of a sudden, my techniques were noticed. A lot of marketers came to me. They adopted those techniques, the same ones that you and I had been doing all along, Omar, and it became commonplace. And those very successful techniques, what I am going to show folks at the exposition, at our conference. And that would be theoretically, the biggest achievement I've made. But in truth, I only consider that a monetary achievement, and that's not nearly as important as the achievement I've made since then. In the following 4 years, because I was able to consistently continue to do well, obviously that was a turning point in my career. What happened was I was able to then bring other people into the fold of my business, other people like those who were just on my list that wanted to do aggressive things and help me out, and in turn I wanted to help them out. And now 3 other people, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 other people have now joined forces with me, and these were just people that were list members basically, and they helped me, and now I'm helping them to earn nearly 6 figures consistently year after year. And that's what I consider my greatest achievement, is I took those that really were nowhere beforehand and were able to, actually support them to the point where now they have thriving businesses because they've added their expertise to my business. And now we all have forged a business together. So that really is my greatest achievement, is that I've been able to help others, not just myself.
Dude, well, I'll tell you, and you did it. They always say, wow, you came out of nowhere, you got so big. Blah, blah. Meanwhile, what you mentioned is you were working. The term you said, I was that small, scrappy guy just fighting it to try to get it. And it's like, yeah, you see the big numbers, you see these big launches, you see these big promotions now, but in the beginning, you were trying to figure it out. And then you had that day, you had that promo, and man, I feel bad for people that quit or they give up before they actually have their breakthrough, before they have their Easy Sketch Pro, promotion, before all the pieces kind of come together. Because like you said, not only was that a revolutionary day for you and a campaign for you, but it kind of paved the way for other people that were looking to, and then they're like, oh wow, look how well Todd did with this, let me model that. Right. And now all of a sudden and so what you didn't just change your business, it elevated the industry, it elevated everyone, and that's powerful.
And other people have taken it beyond, and I'm going to discuss the new techniques that they've added as well. So that's what we'll be discussing.
This is so powerful. You just reminded me of the first time I had a 6-figure affiliate promotion, and it was a gamble, and it was something new, and it hadn't been done, and it was something that I did together with John Thornhill. And what we did is we ran a contest, and we had people share our bonus page, and we gave them prizes for sharing. And we had this big sum of people that had already, we had been building this buzz for 30 days with this contest. And the day that the launch opened up, and for us, it was the launch of Easy Video Suite or Easy Video Player. I think you were the top guy. Yeah. And I don't remember, but I remember a picture where you had beat us and we were like right behind you in like a pedestal or something like that.
That was fun.
Yeah. So I remember those kind of days.
But you see, that's when I discovered you during that promotion, doing such creative video work. I mean, I knew that you knew where it was at, that you were right in there with such great creativity in your promotions. And you did the same exact thing. You inserted yourself in the process, made sure that every one of the potential buyers ran through you, not directly to the product owner. And that's what we'll be discussing.
I love that. And I think the most powerful thing that I take away from what you just said, Todd, is you were the newer guy. And here you used a tactic, you used a strategy, and you were able to generate these big numbers and do life-changing things. Because I think that a lot of people that might be in the audience or might be watching this right now, they might think, oh, look at Todd Gross. And they're talking about guys like Mike Filsame. And I could never do that. But the reality is that you can, if you have some strategy, you can not just compete with these people, but you can actually do better because it's about the strategy and the process. So I'm eager to learn those things that you're using in your business.
I actually had done that for many years, as I said, and I'll go over some of the ways to put yourself in a position to compete with larger guys as a smaller guy. Because I had actually had many successes prior to that, not as large, but I was a smaller guy, and I will discuss how I did that. Sure.
That's excellent. So without revealing too much about your actual talk, I do want to ask you, are people, do you plan on teaching something that people will be able to apply right when they come out of this and be able to monetize? Are people going to be able to make money from the things that you're teaching, or is this going to be case studies and theories?
Oh, no. It's going to be very actionable right away. They'll learn something that they'll be able to apply and do, rather than just, send affiliate promotions out. They'll send that out a whole different way now, and they'll be able to start that right away.
Nice. So people's lives might change that very night, right when they're in their hotel room.
They've got to come. Actually, I've done these talks before, and they're very instructional. I'm a big affiliate, but I'm also now a major product producer as well. And in each case, I have these tidbits that work a lot on small scale mailing out for things that are low cost. Now, this is an important distinction. Most of the guys that will be at your event, or a lot of them, will be, people that encourage you to promote products that cost more, that are expensive, or to actually develop products that cost more or are expensive. And I've always been the guy that has looked towards the smaller affiliate to promote things that don't cost as much, because you'll have more success in terms of the overall numbers. And I'm quite deviated from the general flow of other marketers, my colleagues in this, in that I really, sometimes insist on that affiliates, when they're starting out especially, should not try to promote things that cost more, because psychologically they'll be damaged when they won't be able to sell as much of it. And it's very important to, have that feeling of success by promoting things that cost less, that you'll have more success with. And that's how I started, and that's what I'll be teaching. And it's important because I'm very much contrary to what other guys teach in terms of that. And I have quite a lot of proof that it works, such as my latest launch of Video Robot, where our affiliates who would normally not make more than a dozen sales would make as many as 100 sales, because the cost of the front-end product was low. And they were able to get in and do really well because of that.
Todd, what you're describing is, it makes so much sense because all the pieces fit together. Here you have these masterful processes for making money as an affiliate, right? Processes and techniques that deviate from the norm, which are very, very efficient, very successful. And then it helps you become even more successful as a vendor, because now you can teach your affiliates these processes. Right. And here they are using your tactics that work so well to promote your own stuff.
Right. Do for your affiliates what you did. Exactly. Right.
Wow. And you know what? Personally, this is something that I've been watching you do for several years now, and it's of great interest to me. You do your product launches, and I know that the Commission Expo is about generating commissions, but it's all tied together in a business, right? In an internet marketing business, we have various income streams. I'm very, very impressed, and I'm very studious of the methods that you use when you're launching a product and how you communicate with affiliates, from the way that you do your team interacts with affiliates, the way that you do pre-launch webinars, the way that you use Google Docs to share information. There's a lot of very key things that I've witnessed you doing, and then suddenly I see a whole bunch of other people doing, right?
Well, we copy too. I mean, for instance, this whole idea of these groups that we form online on Skype, as an example, I think I copied that from Han Fan. And it's just, you pick and you choose the best, and you come up with your own techniques. But it's funny that you should mention that, because a lot of that stuff, I'm more of an affiliate marketer than a product producer. I really am. And therefore, I can see from the affiliate's viewpoint, because I'm more of an affiliate. But yeah, we are taking those techniques right now in terms of promoting affiliate products, because I don't launch that often. I'm most of the time an affiliate, and therefore I need to use these things, the very same tools that we help affiliates with when we launch a product. I need to use those in between as an affiliate myself. It's a very good point. Thank you, Omar.
I love it. I'm eager to watch this, but this is one that I'm definitely going to be in the room writing notes. You're definitely a guy that I want to learn from. I'm honest about that. Some of the other presenters, I've already seen them do their presentation. We're close personal friends. Like, for example, Tom Beal. But actually, Tom is actually one of my coaches. Like, I'm one of his students, and he's going to be doing it. So I've seen his presentation a couple of times, but he just flipped it on me just the other day and said, "Hey, I'm doing something totally different." So I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the meeting room here taking notes from you guys to try to take my own business to the next level. So, Todd, before we go, just one, if you could give a little tidbit of advice to that person that's watching right now, that's intrigued by all this, that they're like, wow, maybe they've started an online business, maybe they're just beginning in their career, maybe they've already made a couple of bucks, but they're contemplating whether or not they should go to the event. What advice could you give to that person that maybe is there for the first time? Two-part question. How have these events influenced your career? Because I've seen you at various events in the past. And what advice can you give to somebody that's going to be coming to the event for the first time?
You kind of touched on it without even realizing, Omar, and that was when you just mentioned that Tom Beal was your coach. The fact is that we all learn from each other and we interact with each other. And you have to play the role of being a marketer even as someone who isn't. So, for instance, when I first went to an event, I immediately started to realize that when the other people at the event were some, people that were pretty impressive, and I was pretty, nervous about being around them. But I realized that you have to be a marketer from the start, when you have to be a colleague of these people, you have to, even if you aren't, you have to act like you are, which makes you one automatically. And you immediately fill that role. Now, no matter what you are doing online, whether you have any sales at all, or you have just a few, or you have a lot, when you do that, when you meet other people like that, number one, you can learn from them. Number two, you can actually offer them your expertise, something that you can do that another person may not be able to offer to that person, and therefore you're immediately getting in with them. And that's why I was mentioning the people that did that with me and are now working with me and are making good salaries. And these are profit share salaries. These aren't salaries where I'm writing them a check every week. I'm talking about profit share because we all did well together. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, is interacting and networking with people like that is invaluable. But what I suggest is not only that you come to the event, but that you kind of leave the shy part of you at home. Because like I have a, no one believes this because I am so outgoing on camera, but I have a shy part that's tough to, in person. I do almost. It's hard.
Come on, I've had drinks with you, man. It's so hard for me to see that.
There is a shy part in there.
Okay.
You gotta put it aside. And you've got to not have that at the event. You've got to put that aside as much as you can and actually get out there and take pictures with people and take notes with people and, converse with people and find out who they are and introduce yourself and make sure that you're doing that. That alone, I mean, you come home with pictures and phone numbers and that kind of contacts. I mean, that is so invaluable to what we do in general.
Right.
Later on, when you are promoting a product, or if you have a product that needs promoting, you all of a sudden have all these people that you could ask advice to, that you could ask to help promote your product, that you could ask help with your affiliate promotion. I mean, there's so many things that you could do once you do that, but you can't do that unless you come to the event and meet people. So yes, it's critical that people do come. I also think they need to take that shy part and leave it at home.
Yes. No, you're right, man. And exactly what you said. You take a picture with somebody. If you think about it, I'm sure you probably get even more messages than I do all the time. And we become desensitized to them. The Skype messages, the Facebook messages, people that you don't know, trying to introduce, you try to be polite and try to respond to everybody. But there's the digital divide, right? So somebody that I've never met sends me a friend request and says, hey, Omar, how are you? Would you look at my product? And it's like, I would love to, but man, and I don't want to be rude. And we get so many of these, right? But the difference is when it's somebody you've met, somebody you have a picture with, somebody that you've had a conversation with, somebody that you've talked about, you've shared dog pictures and and then all of a sudden you hit them up. Hey, Todd, what's up, man? Remember me? Like, yeah, man, how are you? Omar, yeah. How's the family? How's that dog doing? Conversation is already there, right? It's so different. You've broken the digital divide because you've made that human connection, and there's no substitute for that. So 100% right.
Yeah, and think about it. I think JV Zoo is one of the lead sponsors of the event. Yeah. They're going to be there. You're going to need to fall back on them to have that connection is excellent. Right. I mean, all of that is just mind-blowing. So yes, absolutely come. Don't be shy. Take pictures, introduce yourself, and you'll be all set.
I think after this interview, you're going to have a line of people wanting to take pictures with you, Todd.
Oh, great. No, that's fine. The only problem is, I'm even shorter than you, Omar, and I have to tippy-toe all the time when I take pictures. I'm always on my toes.
This is a running joke between me and Mike Phil. He's just convinced that he's taller than me. He can't prove it even when we're in person, but he's like, man, I'm tall. So it's a running joke with him and I. So thank you so much, Todd, for being here on this interview, for coming to the event and presenting from stage. I'm so looking forward to this. Guys, the event is happening in Orlando, Florida. It's a beautiful hotel, the Florida Hotel. It's attached to a beautiful mall, and everything you need is there. We've got a group rate for you. You can still get in and get a good deal on a room. Come on down. It's the 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Florida Hotel. Registration is on the 18th, and we'd love to have you. So, Todd, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you.
You bet. I'll see everybody there. Thanks, Omar.
Take care.